Welcome to the second edition of the things I've watched, this time for 2023. Listen, I can explain. I planned to make this video around winter break, but I was already knee deep in that Legend of Korra video, and I wanted to get that done, and I just couldn't find the time to make this, so I'm making it now. Unlike the last one though, where I bunched up all the movies into categories or genres, I'm not doing that this time. Instead, I'm just going to do it chronologically. So the first movie is the first, and the last movie is the last, and everything. But you get it. You know what that means. Let's just get it started, shall we?
Where is the album? We need the damn album.
Words bubble up like soda pop. Not only has a pretty baller name, it's also a pretty baller movie. The animation, especially the colors that they decided to use, were just whoa. The environments are really interesting, the characters are good, the relationship that the main characters go on, it's good. Bro, it's all around, it's good. 7 out of 10. Yeah. I watched this. There's so little to talk about because so little happens in the movie. It's kind of bizarre that Disney would make this. It's just so forgettable. You watch it, it's okay, but that's just it. It's just okay. People forget this movie for a reason. 5 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do.
You know, these John Wick people know how to make fun movies. Yeah, nobody's pretty good. I kind of like this one more than John Wick, because there's more character put into all the characters. Not that John Wick is a bad character, but you know. But with the improvements with the characters, I think this is better than John Wick. The first movie, I mean. I haven't seen the rest of the John Wick movies. And from all I've heard, they clear this. 7 out of 10.
That's rough, buddy.
I don't know, I don't know why I watched this. It's bad. It's so terrible. I had no idea it was this bad. I don't even want to think about it. 1 out of 10. Shyamalan, go to hell. Alright, I have a little bit of history with this movie. So I remember seeing this on Netflix, and I'm like, oh my god, Initial D movie? I've been sick, dog. And I saw the poster and the preview, or not the preview, the little banner thing, and I'm like, oh snap, I never knew Initial D had a movie. I gotta watch this someday. So I thought it was animated, the anime. I was wrong, and I found out I was wrong the second I started watching it, and then I was like, oh no. And I guess that kind of foreshadowed the rest of the movie. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I think the biggest issue with it is that it's just boring. It feels like it goes on forever. I don't know if it was just me, but I wasn't really, I don't know, engaged. This movie isn't completely devoid of anything good. There are some funny moments unintentionally, but it's something. I guess this will make me want to watch the Initial D anime even more if I ever get the chance. It's probably locked behind Crunchyroll and their stupid pricing. 4 out of 10. Oh boy. They allowed this in theaters? Yeah, The Wolf of Wall Street. It is very good. But at the same time, why do I need to see the things that I saw? It does a great job telling the story of, what's his name? Jordan Belfort. Yes, that's, goodness gracious, I feel like such a fraud. It does a great job telling his story, even though it's hard to believe that all of it was real, but a surprise, surprise, not all of it is real. The cast is great. There's not one bad actor. Everyone that was on it brought their A game. Those psychopaths, especially you know who I'm talking about. It's not Leo. It's I gotta stop talking. 9 out of 10.
It was ants, ladies and gentlemen. It was fucking ants.
Well, this is one of the Marvel movies of all time. I kind of went into Quantumania a bit excited because my dad was like, yo, this movie's really fun. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I watch it and I'm like, you goddamn liar. The biggest problem that I have, it just feels so, I just feel like there's just big disconnect. I feel this with some modern movies where a lot of it is just CGI. CGI world, CGI everything. It just feels so disconnected from like everything. Even like the highlight of the movie, which is Jonathan Majors and Kang. We can't even have that, okay? We can't even have that after all the shenanigans that... Ugh. Plus, the more time that goes on, the more I forget about this movie. And yeah, that's a lot I can say about it. 5 out of 10.
Stinky. You damn dirty ape.
You know, I was actually genuinely surprised. I did not think I would like this. But guess what? I did? Watching Godzilla and Kong fight is fun. And also, the whole thing with, like, the secret world, I thought that would be stupid, but it's actually pretty cool. While I thought Mechagodzilla was cool, his design is not cool. He does not look like Godzilla. Like, please. Overall, it's fun. And maybe that next one is going to be good, even though it doesn't really look the best because, no, they're teaming up. It's pathetic, man. Godzilla literally kicked his skull in and they're like, oh, let's be friends. Whatever. 7 out of 10.
We got the tail, but we missed the fox.
Man, this movie sure is fantastic. Okay. But for real, this movie's amazing. I don't know if I'm like ready to like confess this, but this was my first Wes Anderson movie. And after watching it, oh boy, I kind of really want to watch the rest of his stuff. The animations are definitely the highlight. The cast is great. The jokes are great. Bro, like, it literally looks like it literally came out from the book that it was based on. And like, it's actually, oh my God, 9 out of 10. Yeah, Logan is... It's very good. I'd be confident in saying that it is probably one of the best superhero movies to come out in the last decade. The focus on Logan, or Wolverine, well, it's Logan, but do they even refer to him as Wolverine? But anyways, the focus on him and X and his buddies or whatever was really good and really, I can't say fun, it got sad. Yeah, it got sad. If you're even remotely a fan of superhero movies and haven't seen this, what are you doing? Check it out. 9 out of 10.
Oh my God, are you crying?
No, it's just raining.
Drifting... What the fuck? Drifting Home is another Netflix anime movie that I watched. I guess it's a good thing, because, hey, this one's good too. The story of the movie is really, really good. And, bro, this is gonna be so embarrassing. I like got choked up a lot with this movie because I could relate it to my life, and it's kind of like a bit of a survivor story. Well, it is a survivor story. The stuff that comes from that is also really compelling and good. Yeah, compelling, good, recommend. Also sad. Maybe that's only me because I'm puss. 7 out of 10.
He's not even fucking Italian!
Well, I didn't expect to like this that much. I know the cat's been out of the bag for a while, but the Super Mario Bros. Movie is actually really good. I thought this would be an absolute disaster with like the cast and Illumination being part of it. I was like, oh great, I'm gonna be pissed. But guess what? I wasn't pissed. The animation was good, brought a lot of character to all the characters. The cast did a good job. And yes, before you ask, Chris Pratt did not do that bad. He actually did an okay job. 8 out of 10.
I've called this private meeting today because there is a imposter among us.
I'm seriously gonna give the Super Mario Bros. Movie a better score than a Quentin movie. Like, what the Anyways, Tarantino's first movie. Shocker. It's good. It's obviously not his best movie, and there are a bit of rough edges to it, but you know, it's still pretty good. The whole story of finding out who's like the rat in the group is cool and fun, and the twist actually caught me off guard. I did not see it coming. 7 out of 10.
Hey man, I was framed!
Welcome to the first of the Muppets content of this video. The third Muppet movie is good. Shocker. It's not as good as the other Muppet movies that I've seen up until that point, but it's got all you need when it comes to a Muppet movie. Good songs, good jokes and humor. A Muppet movie is good. I know. I'm blowing your minds here. 7 out of 10.
Kanye West has backflipped on his stated views surrounding Jewish people and has decided his life has been changed by Jonah Hill.
Finally, a remake that doesn't completely suck. Yeah, 21 Jump Street is it's a good time. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum have great chemistry. There's good jokes. I don't think it's as funny as other people say it is, but whatever. I will say though, that line that Jonah gives toward the end of the movie, you know what I'm talking about? That one was actually badass. That was badass. Not really much to say about it. 7 out of 10.
Those damn alien bastards are real.
I guess sort of speaking of directors' first movies, this is my first Jordan Peele movie. And hey, it ain't too shabby. The whole UFO stuff was really interesting. I really like how they teased it at the very beginning. The whole mystery of the UFO was also done really well until it's revealed, and it's kind of like, I don't know, the sort of luster behind it kind of like went away. But you know what? It's fine. Besides that, still a good movie. 7 out of 10. Can I talk about a good Marvel movie? Oh, sick. James Gunn, man, he works his magic. It's kind of tough for me to say if this is my favorite of the Guardians movies. Oh, it's close, but I really like the first one, but I also really like this one. But I guess that speaks volumes to how good the whole trilogy is and what James Gunn was able to do. Yeah, the movie top to bottom is very good. It's got great jokes, good character moments. Speaking of those characters, I expected some of them to meet their end, and I wasn't wrong, but then I was wrong about being wrong, and it's kind of like, why you do that? Anyways, yes, it's a very good movie, and it caps off easily the best MCU trilogy on a high note. 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna throw up! I'm gonna throw up!
Oh, man, this one. Oh, God. Basically, to, like, give you, like, context or, like, an understanding of how, like, bad this movie is. The first Mortal Kombat from the 90s, it's stupid, but it's fun stupid. Like, it's not a great movie, but you can watch it and have a good time. That's not the case with Annihilation. It's taking everything that the first movie did good at and just ripping it away. This movie is soulless. It is soulless. It's not exciting or fun or funny or anything. And bro, the ending, oh my God. Like, are you actually kidding me? Yeah, it's big yikes from me. 3 out of 10.
No, I'm not gonna be some villain of the week anymore. I'm gonna crease your jades, Spider-Man.
Oh, thank God I can talk about this. Nice palate cleanser. Across the Spider-Verse it's a masterpiece. I did not think that it would be this good, but holy, what do I know? The characters are great. Bro, the animation's bro, literally everything about this movie is good. Okay, everything. The only thing I wish that they did better, or I can't even say it's an improvement, I wish they brought the old squad back. The old Spider Squad doesn't like return until the very end. Like, come on, guys. They're 2 for 2 with Spider-Verse movies, and I can't wait for that next one, which is coming out. No one even knows, but I think I can confidently say this. 10 out of 10.
Speed. I am Speed.
Oh, great. Now I have to talk about this. I already made a quick rev of The Flash, but to basically summarize it, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I just, 6 out of 10.
Long ago, the 4 nations lived together in harmony.
Elemental is okay. The concept of the 4 sort of elements trying to coexist is a cool idea, but they don't really flesh it out as much as I thought they were. It's mostly water and fire, and the other 2 are just like there. Why would they even be there if they're not gonna, whatever. The animation is actually really good. I know it's surprising. Pixar is good at animation. I guess I would recommend checking it out. Maybe you think it's better, but for me it's still just It's all right. 6 out of 10.
All right, I get it. Fine. You're all without fathers, all right?
I'm not. I love my dad.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. I also made a quick rev of Nimona. It's a really good movie. Bro, I can basically repeat what I've said before. Good animation, good characters, good effing everything, dude. However, one thing has changed. I decided to rewatch the movie again after I'd put out that review, and I like it even more. So that 7 out of 10 rating, invalid. 8 out of 10.
Here's a sad idea. What if everything you did, driving to work, buying new Jordans, playing games, donating to charities, getting married, going to war, having kids, what if all of that is a distraction? A distraction from the one guarantee that we all have, our death.
What on earth was that about? Anyways, Barbie's a pretty good time. Barbie reminded me a lot about the Lego movie and how, sort of subversive it is, because you think you're going into it. It's like, oh, it's just a silly movie about Lego and Barbie, but no, it's actually not. And I like when they do that. Anyways, the two best parts of the movie are easily the cast and the jokes, and they work in such perfect tandem, and it just becomes a total riot to watch. The only thing I really didn't like was the sort of human side with the mom and the daughter. I was kind of can you guys kind of get out of the picture a little bit? But you know what, they're fine, so it's not too big of a deal. 7 out of 10. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, Oppenheimer's just, it's very good. I'm sure you all know by now that I am a big history buff, and watching this movie was just the best thing I could ever ask for, especially coming from Chris Nolan. It does a great job of telling Oppenheimer's life and also delving into his psyche as he was making the bomb. All the fun stuff it comes with. It's so much fun. But yeah, the cast did a great job. The music's really good. Yeah, it's a really good movie. Please don't let that 3-hour-long runtime discourage you. If you watch it, it'll go by so quickly. 9 out of 10.
You get the fuck out!
Yeah, Get Out has sort of become a bit of a modern horror classic. I don't know if that's just me, though, but hey, it deserves it, because it is really good. The cast is easily the best part of the movie. Also, the twist is good, but yeah, not a whole lot I have to say about it. I definitely recommend you check this one out. 8 out of 10.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
Huh. I guess DreamWorks can reach near perfection. The Last Wish is great. Whoa. The animation is just, it's beautiful. The way it incorporates 3D and 2D is just, it is so good. Plus the new characters that they decided to have, Horner and the 3 bears and Goldilocks. That's not their name, but you know what I mean. They were also really fun to have. I also can't believe I forgot to mention this, but the villain is literally Death. Bro, that is the coolest thing I've seen in a hot minute. Plus, whenever he whistled, unironically gave me goosebumps. Ultimately, all of those elements minus that dog combined for a very, very good movie. 9 out of 10. Well, this movie exists. For a while, this was the last Star Wars movie that I needed to watch. And I watched it, and it was pretty okay. Yeah, there's not really a lot I have to say about it. There are some fun parts about it, but ultimately, it's fine. 6 out of 10.
Hey, Ed.
Oh, hey, Scorpion. How's it going, man?
Listen, I'm just gonna cut the crap. When do I get to be the main character?
I can't decide whether I love or hate this movie. I'll just go within the middle. It's okay. I don't know if this is the best Mortal Kombat. I mean, it doesn't really have a lot of competition, but the addition of actual gore was definitely a positive. They also showed an actual fatality, and it was cool. But what ultimately weighs this movie down is some of the characters, like that one dude who's an MMA fighter who was the replacement of Johnny Cage. Why? Also Kano. Why are you here? You'd think Scorpion and Sub-Zero would be like more involved with it, but they're not. It's like, bro, come on. They're literally the mascots of this whole franchise, and they're barely in the... Oh, come on, man. Come on. The action was fine. I will give a shout out to that final Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight. That one was pretty dope. Not really a whole lot to be impressed by. It's okay. 5 out of 10.
I see dead people.
This shit is awesome.
Wait, Shyamalan makes good movies? Since when? Yeah, The Sixth Sense is actually good. I know that this movie has been like memed and joked about to hell and back, but don't let that disguise the fact that it is a good movie. The cast is pretty good. There's a lot of great scenes. The twist is actually pretty good, but then I kind of think about it and then I kind of like, oh wait, it kind of doesn't fully add up, but I won't spoil the twist for you, okay? That'd just be rude. But spoiler alert, 7 out of 10. See, I got you there. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're doing this again? Confetti saved up.
So, welcome to hell, aka the Evangelion Rebuild movies. There's not a whole lot I have to say about this one because it is a almost one-to-one replication of the first few Evangelion movies, but this time put to screen and, you know, cooler animation. I do like the focus more on Shinji. I mean, the original series definitely had a focus on Shinji and what he was going through, but this movie especially, I think they do it really well, and that's definitely the highlight of this first movie. But just because it's adapting good episodes from a good show does not mean that, oh, this is like a masterpiece or anything. No, it's perfectly fine, and for a rebuild thing, this is the best way they could start it, I guess. 6 out of 10.
Miss, are you lying low until all that La La Land hype dies down?
But what?
I might say something that could be controversial, but maybe this should have won Best Picture. Yeah, La La Land is a very good movie. The way that Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling's relationship... I'm so sorry I forgot the characters' names. I'm sorry. The way that their relationship works and how it tells each side of their story and what they want to aspire to be was great. The songs bang. Great use of colors. Good cast. What else can I really say? 9 out of 10. Not really a whole lot I have to say about this. It's fun and it's good, and they play his song way too much. I swear to God, Indiana Jones could take a poo and they'd play his song so long as he's doing it on camera and he shows up. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of cool, like, set pieces for the action scenes. Yeah, fun times all around. 7 out of 10.
What the fuck is this, Mom? What the fuck is this? What?
Oh yeah. That hot streak is continuing. There ain't one bad Evil Dead movie, and they never will be. They never will be. Yeah, this is a great movie. I really like how they the fundamentals of an Evil Dead movie and changed it and made it a lot more interesting. The focus being on a family and how the evil like rises. Yeah, it just makes for a more emotional movie compared to the other Evil Dead movies, and that's what I really like about it. It's also gross as hell. Where are you coming up with these ideas? 8 out of 10.
But unfortunately, there's this dirty great sea monster in the way.
I think they just add those onto maps for decoration.
I really like pirate movies. I don't know about you, but I really dig them. Yeah, the Sea Beast is a pretty fun time. The animation especially is, oh boy, it is so good. The sort of like conflict that it brings up with like take down the beast, I think that brings a lot of really good moments. It's a pretty cut and dry kids movie, if I'm gonna be honest, but you know what? I didn't mind it too much. 7 out of 10.
Hey there, Shinji, just get in the fucking robot. Get in the robot, get in your fucking robo-mom.
Now this is a rebuild movie. This is easily my favorite of the rebuild movies because it not only adapts great stuff from the original show, but it brings in new stuff that's really good too. And that's what I wanted all the rebuild series to be. The action, especially in this one, is ridiculous. Like, what? Are you kidding me? I would say that this is like the second highest peak that the whole Evangelion series reaches. It's not as good as the other peak, well, that being the original end of Evangelion, but it's a pretty tall peak indeed. 8 out of 10.
Shark, Pog.
Why do shark movies always disappoint me? Maybe I put my expectations too high, but still. Yeah, the Meg 2 is... It's not really good. Like, the first one was kind of fun, bad. I watched it with my family, and we had fun making fun of it, but there's not really a lot when it comes to this one. The cast, especially in this, is so bad. Some of the acting, like, oh my god. Who approved you to be paid like a cent from this? Like, really? I mean, I liked like the other monsters, like the big octopus and stuff like that, but bro, like the Megalodon doesn't even fight the flippin' thing. That's what I thought I was gonna see, a freaking octopus and Megalodon fighting, but no, I can't even have that. Like, ugh, so disappointing. 4 out of 10.
Yeah, he's done it again! He's done it again! That is a fact! You fucking little bastard!
I guess speaking of disappointing, quick side note, I didn't mean to watch this one so soon after the second one. I wanted to watch another movie, but guess what? The day I wanted to watch it, it was completely gone from the service. And any services that had it for free, it was only on like VOD now, and it's like, so I was like, fine, I'll watch the 3.0. Forget it. I don't care. And I watch it, and I'm like, wow, I'm pissed. This title is pretty ironic, because it's basically the same movie as the last one. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. The end of this movie is the exact same as the last one. It is literally the exact same. You cannot redo, bro, my ass. Don't get me wrong, they're all really good stuff. Shinji and, oh my God, that other dude, their relationship was done well, and I really liked seeing them hang around. It was fun. I don't know, maybe on rewatch this will be better, but for now, I'm not a big fan of it. 5 out of 10. Yeah, this one was a ton of fun too. The whole backstory of this movie was really interesting. I did research afterwards. I saw it and it was like, ooh, like, it's kind of crazy how all this is based on a true story with how sort of wild and unpredictable it can be. Yeah, it's really good. Good cast, good writing. I don't know how I haven't complimented a movie for its writing yet, but hey, it's done well. I do think it's a little bit too long, but that's besides the point. Plus the ending, how it like correlates to like the events of now was kind of like, whoa. It's a bit jarring, but I understand where it's coming from. 8 out of 10.
Heron.
Maybe speak the word.
Heron.
I already gave this one its own quick rev, but yeah, Miyazaki makes another good movie. That's a lot I can say about it. Also, big congratulations for Miyazaki winning that second Oscar. You absolutely deserved it. 7 out of 10.
Come in and do the gritty man.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory. My mom almost forced me at gunpoint, metaphorically, to watch this movie for Christmas, and I did, and I enjoyed it because it's a Muppets movie and it's good. All the music is really good, but dude, it's really short. It's not even an hour and a half. Like, I know the original story wasn't like Lord of the Rings length, but it's kind of like, really? Like, it's criminally short, but it still is a good time. 7 out of 10.
When I was about 8 years old, some kid in the 3rd grade told me that Santa Claus wasn't real.
Another movie that was metaphorically held at gunpoint to watch by my parents. This one is fine. I don't remember if it's the same guys that made John Wick and Nobody. It might be, but they did a decent job with this one. The action's a lot of fun. The cast is good. Good jokes. Not really a whole lot standing out compared to Nobody or John Wick. It's not as good as those movies, but it doesn't really need to be. 6 out of 10. And to conclude the movie section, I guess it's only fitting to talk about...
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What the fuck is this ending?
The end of all Evangelion. That's a lie, by the way. It is a total lie. It will be back, you idiots. Yeah, this one was held in really high regards, got really good reviews. I don't really agree. First off, 2.5 hours, bruh, it felt like 5 hours. But bro, that's just me. The first half I really liked, but then the second half I was not totally a fan of. For the first half, the way that they like had like the main trio like sort of like recuperate and like learn more about themselves after, you know, the shenanigans that went down the last time, I thought that was really good. And then the second half happens and it's like action and stuff, and it's kind of like, I'm not like this, I'm not a fan. The whole end is pretty okay. I mean, they all sort of get a happy ending. Don't get me wrong, it is a good movie, but I don't know, maybe it's just me that's not really getting how good it is. If you think I'm gonna give this like a 10 out of 10 because it's the end, you got another thing coming. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Alright, now it's time to talk about the TV shows. Starting with...
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
Again, I've already made a quick rev about this. I really enjoyed it. It adapted the games very well. I guess I'm excited for season 2, even though it adapts that game, but I'm curious to see where it heads. 9 out of 10.
Hey, Kim, I figured out the new scam. Yeah, Jimmy, what do you got in mind? This will be the easiest one yet, and we'll make a boatload.
I also got around to watching the last 2 seasons of Better Call Saul, and I'm very glad I did because they are very good. Season 6 especially it's fantastic. Bro, what am I even talking about? It's a masterpiece. It is a masterpiece. But season 5 is also really good too. I think a lot of people point to these last 2 seasons as like a way to be like, oh, I think it's better than Breaking Bad. Personally, I don't agree with that statement. All the through lines from the previous seasons just came to absolute perfection. You couldn't ask for a better ending to a show, honestly. I'll give season 5 an 8 out of 10 and season 6 10 out of 10. And I'll give the overall show an 8 out of 10. And here's my favorite episodes. Yeah, Invincible is really good. The characters are really good. The voice acting's great. Has good action. There's so much to enjoy. It's definitely my favorite season of any superhero show that I can possibly remember. And it has just a fantastic ending. I know as I say this, season 2 is going on, and if you really want my opinions on season 2, I think it's okay so far. The second half should be on by the time this comes out. Yeah, it is a near perfect first season to a show. You just couldn't ask for anything better. 9 out of 10.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
Listen, I've talked enough about this show. Believe me, I have a whole big video talking about everything, and even then, that's not everything I would have wanted to talk about. If you want to know what I think, then go ahead and check out that video, but for now, I'll just give you the scores for each season. Season 1, 6 out of 10. Season 2, 3 out of 10. That one was a stinker. Season 3, 7 out of 10. And Season 4, 6 out of 10. And an overall score of a 6 out of 10. And here shall be the favorite episodes.
Oh no, we can't do our mission because we're out of milk.
Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about this. Not like it's bad or anything, but it's what you come to expect from Mandalorian. I would say that this is my least favorite season, but even then, it still has cool moments. The whole world that the Mandalorians explore was cool. Seeing Giancarlo's villain, I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. Seeing him return was a lot of fun. It's more Mandalorian, and if that's what you're looking for, then you'll have a good time. 7 out of 10.
I tell you what, I'm in Tottenham, and I'm here to stay. You can guarantee that. 1 second here. Oh, nope, I got fired.
What's with season 3's and being surprisingly a bit disappointing? Yeah, the last season of Ted Lasso was good, but just like I said with Mandalorian, it's not the best. There are some really good moments, but there are also just some head-scratching decisions. Some of the episode themes were kind of like, what? And the way they sort of closed the book on the whole series was a bit, but I don't know, it's fine. It's still a good season. There are really good moments. It just so happens to not be the best of the entire series, but I guess that's not the worst. 7 out of 10 with an overall rating of the series, also a 7 out of 10, wouldn't you know? And here's my favorite episodes.
This looks neat.
I've been curious about the Waco thing for a while now, and this show just sprouted out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'll check it out. I watched it. I was like, okay. After doing research, this miniseries definitely, like, missed out on a lot of things that they should have included. With those missing pieces that they didn't include, it kind of drags the whole miniseries down. But that's kind of the thing with all, like, docu-series. Like, there's gonna be things that they're gonna leave out or want to leave out, and it's not gonna always paint a perfect picture. 5 out of 10.
God, you are 4 of the ugliest fucking kids I've ever had the misfortune of laying my eyes on. I can't wait for this bitch to kill you.
Who needs a therapist when I have this series English dub? If you don't know the story of Ghost Stories and its English dub, then what are you doing with your life? To basically give a very short summary, there was this studio or people that got the rights to the English dub, and rather than making a very serious dub of the series, they decided to go completely off the rails, and stuff ensues. This show is, oh my god, it's hilarious. What I will say though is that the humor doesn't always translate to every episode. Like, you'll have like 2 episodes in a row that are really funny, but then you'll have this one that's kind of like, that wasn't really as good. That's not really the fault of like the people behind the English dub. Sometimes the story is kind of like, what the heck are we gonna do when it comes to these jokes? But it's whatever. I definitely recommend you check this out if you're ever in the mood for a good laugh. 7 out of 10. Alright, last bit of Muppets content, I swear. I know I basically can be a Muppets channel at this point. I was honestly surprised that I like this show so much. I mean, I'm a fan of the Muppets, but like, they really gave it their all with this show. I really like the focus on the Electric Mayhem. There's also a ton of really cool cameos. Yeah, it just feels like they really brought their A game with this one, and I'm really glad they did, because the Muppets deserve it. I hope they make a second season. 7 out of 10.
And worst of all, he could be any one of us.
Secret Invasion. It's okay. A lot of people have bashed this, and honestly, I don't even think it's that bad. I think the idea of this show being a big like mystery, like you don't know who to trust kind of thing, I think that had a lot of potential, and I think the first 2 episodes really highlighted that. But then it just went to usual Marvel fare, and it's like, come on, really? They got like super scrolls and stuff, and it's like, why? They're basically gods now. Like, what is this? They have all the... It's dumb. Plus, the big bad guy from it was the same guy from Barbie. And after the season finale, like literally the day after, I watched that big bad guy who was like, oh, I want to kill the president and stuff, just be Ken. It was hilarious. 6 out of 10.
Peacemaker. What a joke.
Ooh, James Gunn back at it again. I thought I really wasn't going to enjoy it because the first half of the season was kind of like, it's kind of a bit meh. Some of the humor was a bit forced. Like, you'd have this normal scene, and then like John Cena would be like, let me talk about your penis and stuff, and it's kind of like, ugh. But as it went on, it got progressively better, and the last episode was really good too. Last few episodes were really good. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think across the board it needs to be a bit better with season 2, but I'm sure that they can definitely learn from their mistakes. They weren't necessarily mistakes, but you know, like, improve in those areas. 7 out of 10.
Welcome to McDonald's, what you order, bro? Can I get an Oreo McFlurry?
Yeah, the second season, and actually final season of Loki. Hey, this is pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the first season, but I still enjoyed it. The way that they like had like Kang involved in the story was a lot better than what they did with Quantumania, because they kind of make him seem like this sort of like omnipresent guy, like he's behind a lot of stuff. If you know what I mean. All of the returning characters do a good job and have good stuff to do. And the ending of the show, it's really good. Hey, 7 out of 10. And I guess here's the best episodes, even though there's only 2 seasons to work with. A bit weird, but okay.
So David and I are going to be in a little commercial.
Be honest.
Yeah, this one was a ton of fun. I really liked learning about Beckham because I didn't know much about him. I mean, go figure, I wasn't really alive when he was playing football or soccer, but seeing how his career like went on through this miniseries, hey, it was really good. But sort of the end of his career is kind of like really like rushed because they're like, oh, he went to this team. That's basically it. Like, is that really a lot you can say about him joining a team? Like, how did he play? What did they achieve? Like, you're not going to really talk about? Oh, whatever. If you are in any shape or form a fan of football, soccer, sports, what have you, this one's definitely worth checking out. 7 out of 10.
That's you, Crops! Go croon the tune under the moon with the raccoon.
Over the Garden Wall has kind of been like viewed as like a cult classic as of late. I don't know if that's just me though, but wow, I really slept on this show. I remember seeing previews for it when I was a kid on Cartoon Network, and I was like, oh, I should watch this, but I never did because I'm an idiot. And then my mom started watching it and she's like, oh my god, you gotta see it. And I'm like, fine, I'll see it. And then I'm like, oh my god, I love it. It's hard to really explain why this show is so good. There's just like a sort of whimsical nature to it that I really like. The pacing of everything is really good. They don't really waste any time with anything of sorts. Yeah, it's just a really good show. 8 out of 10. And the last show and thing we need to talk about is...
Hey, Ramona, are you a girl? 'Cause,
I'm totally surprised that this turned out to be a really good show. I mean, having all the original cast come back is definitely a positive. The new story that they decided to tell was really interesting. I like how, I shouldn't really spoil it, but you'll know after the end of the first episode that decision that they made. I think it paid off really well. The animation is really good. The cast is really good. The action is really good. Like, what? Yeah, everything about it is really good. I was definitely not disappointed, even though a little bit of me was worried that, oh no, they might goof it up. Guess what? They didn't. And thank God for that. 8 out of 10. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been talking for an unhealthy amount of time. Hopefully you check out anything that I have talked about, good or bad. Please check out the good stuff. I really recommend you do. So yeah, I've been yapping too long. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.